Please explain the details. You're suing for $10,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, the quality of our lives and the enjoyment of our dream home has been greatly diminished by this man's marijuana smoking. It's become a complete nuisance. So,
okay, let me ask you a question. I understand in your state it's legal to smoke marijuana recreationally?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? All right. Is there a restriction that, I try to do my own research, but is there a restriction in your local city, municipality that prevents from smoking marijuana?
No.
Right, because it's legal. Is there one that prevents it from smoking in private property or public property?
I believe that they're only allowed to smoke inside and not from public view.
That's not true, but okay, that's what. But did you do your research on any type of local prohibition of that? I mean, because generally your state and the city allows marijuana smoking, right?
That's correct.
There are some restrictions, I understand, in some public spaces, right?
Yes.
But this is his home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so then we have no issue with him smoking, that it's illegal or that he's doing something unlawful. So I just wanted to set that forth. All right, so you're saying that the use of marijuana is preventing from the use of enjoyment of your home. Please explain to me how his smoking marijuana is prohibiting you from enjoying your home and the use of your home.
I'm just going to take a wild guess. And it's just that his vibes are at an all-time high, man.
Well, first of all, there's just the smell. So
Okay.
Our entire home, the carpets, the curtains, the sofa,
our clothes
smell like marijuana.
Your carpet? Mm-hmm. Your furniture?
Home. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they all smell like marijuana. Okay.
When we have guests, we used to entertain all the time, but
we used to, I mean, we moved into this home so that we could have our friends and family over to enjoy meals. And like, for example, our goddaughter, we invited them over and her mother took her home because she said, you know, I can't have my daughter in a place that smells like this. So, you know, we're exposing our guests to this odor as well. And, you know, I do want to share that we try to close our windows as much as possible, but we don't have central air. So we have our windows open and then he's sitting at his window smoking, I can only presume blowing it out the window, and then it comes over in through our windows.
Okay.
and through the walls.
Is it because you guys, I understand it's a duplex, right?
It is a duplex.
So
Correct.
you share a wall?
We do.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a different ventilation system, Mr. Williams, or is it separated?
We have separate ventilation systems.
Okay, so it's not like your air conditioner or the ducts will go into nothing.
It's not a
like
shared.
that.
No.
Okay. And you smoke marijuana all the time? Every day?
I do. I'm a businessman, and when I get off of work, it's legal in my state, so I like to relax with a little marijuana.
Tell me how often you smoke marijuana. Is it every day? It's none of my business because, as I said, it's legal, you know, but do you smoke every day?
I do smoke every day.
Every day. For
Yeah.
how long?
Usually about 2 joints spread out throughout the day. So.
Okay. All right. And you just do it at home?
I do it at home, yeah.
In your living room and outside?
Mostly in the living room or in the bedroom.
Okay. So 2 joints a day. Does it differ in the time when you smoke, or is it when you come home after work?
I mean, I get home fairly close to 4:20, so I like to kind of...
That was supposed to be funny? Or all right, or
It's the
just a
truth.
coincidence?
It's
All
the
right.
truth.
So you get home around 4:30 or 4:20, and just basically after work, you
Yes.
relax that way.
Yeah.
So you said usually 2, or is it always 2, or is it maybe just 1?
You know, it's mostly 2, on the side of 2. Sometimes even a little more, depending if it's a weekend or I have some friends over.
But so Monday through Friday, you get home from work and you'll have at least a joint.
At least a joint, yes.
Okay. And then on Saturday and Sunday, you do not work.
I don't work on Saturdays or Sundays.
And do you smoke in your house or outside?
Usually I'm smoking inside of the house, in the living room area, maybe in my bedroom.
Okay. Do you have an air conditioning?
I do have an air conditioning unit, yes.
Are your windows closed?
I keep my windows closed. I've also gotten my windows sealed after initial complaints from the Gormans here.
Okay.
I went through, we did some more insulation. I talked with a lot of the people that are in my neighborhood to see what we could do to keep some of the smoke from getting out and dissipating in there. Unfortunately, none of these things seem to be enough for the Gormans.
All right. Do you guys work from home, or do you, or?
I see clients from home often on Zoom.
Around what time?
Well, it varies. So sometimes during the day, and if I do have a later client in the afternoon.
So during the day, it doesn't bother you. From when you wake up to 4:20, it doesn't bother you.
Well, I can smell the residual smoke on our clothes and things like that, but no, I don't.
We'll get to the residual smoke, but it doesn't bother you from the time you wake up to 4:20.
Well,
Yes, because he just admitted that he only smokes till 4:20.
Right, but I can still smell it.
But if he smokes and his windows are closed and how does it seep out?
his windows aren't closed all the time, and sometimes he smokes on his back patio.
Okay.
How do you even know that?
All right. Well, they're obviously looking. Have you, Mr. Williams, how long have you lived in this duplex, the part of the duplex?
I've lived in my part of the duplex for 3 years. The original owner split it in half. I bought there originally. He had 3 renters there over the last few years. About a year ago, the Gormans.
Have you ever complained about your smoking marijuana? Any other neighbor?
I have never once fielded a complaint from anyone that I live around at all about marijuana smoke. To hear this from the Gormans immediately when they moved in was a little suspicious.
Okay. So you've never had complaints before. The prior owner knew that you smoked and she or he didn't care. Obviously, you're not restricted, so it's not, and you own the property. Okay, all right, so no other complaints. So then explain to me more, Mr. and Mrs. Gorman, a little bit more of the details of why it's interfering with your use and enjoyment of your home. Because, it's like saying somebody cooks all day, or some people are very sensitive to garlic, or, for example, people may not like the smell of curry, or if you go to like your favorite Mexican restaurant, I come home and my clothes smells like that. So if it's illegal activity, how am I supposed to stop him or prevent him from smoking? Unless you don't like the smell. Like, I don't like how I smell when I get home from my favorite restaurant, but I wash my clothes. Sometimes I don't like the food my neighbor's making, but what can I do? I can't tell them not to cook their favorite food.
Curry is not going to damage your lungs.
Yeah, he has asthma. So one of the things that we've noticed since we've moved in the past year is that it has really inflamed his asthma. And, I don't know why else that would be a factor.
Do you have evidence from your doctor?
I can obtain that for you, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, that would have been really nice to know, and to have that evidence to prove that your asthma has gotten worse.
Sure.
Because here's my dilemma. How am I supposed to restrict that right that he has if I don't have other evidence? So in your statement, you said, okay, your clothes, they smell. All right. So you take it to the dry cleaners.
I do. 5 suits I wear per week. And each suit has to be cleaned every week, and that's $15 each.
From getting home, what time do you get home from work?
Sometimes 5, sometimes 8.
Well, I'm just trying to understand how that smoke, if he's smoking in his duplex, in his place, in his residence, and all of his doors are closed, he has central air, central heat, how that seeps into your clothes. Like, is it Gorman? Or is it just his suits?
Well, I don't own a lot of, because I work from home.
I know, but yes or no? Do you have to get your clothes dry cleaned?
No.
Do you have to do laundry more often because of the smell?
No.
Has your electricity and gas, water, or whatever gone up because you have to do more laundry? What time does it? Oh, she came over on a weekend.
Yeah, it was a weekend, and it was a Saturday, and
We were
I remember
planning the party. Her birthday
so I
party.
was texting him, and he did reply apologies, but then he didn't stop. So It's hard.
But why is he supposed to stop?
Well,
I don't like the smell of curry, but I cannot tell my best friend don't have curry. You could call the police. Have you tried calling the police to say that his constant use of smoking marijuana has prevented the use and enjoyment of your home?
We haven't wanted to get to that point because...
Well, that's your remedy. That's your first remedy before coming to court without evidence to prove to me.
I actually really like Max.
Okay.
And I've never wanted to... I didn't want it to get this far, but as you can see from our call logs and our text messages, we've been trying to be very friendly with him.
These people have...
And it's just been met with nothing but,
when
resistance.
we moved in, we brought him gift baskets and wine, and we wanted to sit
now
down
he doesn't even he does not return our calls, or he doesn't even answer. Like I used to, so sometimes I would call him and then he'd say, oh, I'm sorry, or something like that, but now he doesn't respond to any of our text messages or our calls.
So did you visit the property before you bought it? Did you meet the neighbor? Did you ever smell marijuana?
Not before we bought it, no.
Isn't it strange that no other neighbor complains about it?
The Gormans are texting me at 3 in the morning, up to 8, 9 times.
Are you smoking at 3 in the morning?
No, and this is ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm asleep at 3 in the morning, so I'm not returning her texts. I'm not doing anything like that. 8, 9 texts in the middle of the night. These are my neighbors. This is not an ex-girlfriend.
Sometimes there's noise coming in the middle of the night.
And then, he has a right. It's his house. He could do whatever it is, unless again it's preventing the use of enjoyment of your home. So now, not only are you alleging he's smoking marijuana, he's now loud in the middle of the night. So, Mr. Williams, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, these are two of the most annoying people that I've ever lived next to.
Really, why?
Without a doubt, the complaining started immediately when they moved in. If it wasn't the pot smoke, it was the noise. If it wasn't the noise, it was the way that my cars were parked. If it wasn't the cars, it's the way that the trash cans. It's a never-ending list. It kept going and going. And I did after our first run-in, I sat back. I got some insulation done on the windows. I got the doors redone. I mean, that ran me about $3,000. Those are all the receipts
that you submitted to the court. Yeah,
yes,
I got those.
And once those
Did you know he redid the windows and redid insulation just because of you guys?
Just because I'm not sure.
I mean, he mentioned it. He mentioned that he was going to do that, but
he did.
But if his windows are open, what does the sealing the window do?
But so you're going to tell him to close the window in his house?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm just not quite sure what else you want him to do. I mean, you're not the only people that live on that street. Okay, so they complain to you about everything.
They do. They complain excessively. They complained excessively since they've come in. She works out of the house. I have my own suspicions that she's trying to pressure me to move out so that she can buy both sides of the duplex and expand up. It's just.
So you think they're harassing you?
What's that? I sometimes feel that they are harassing.
How many texts a day?
Up to 9, 10 sometimes.
Do you really text them 9 to 10 times a day?
I don't recall texting that many times.
Do you have a copy of your text messages, or is just that a convenient list that I could look at? Truthfully, tell me, how many times a day do you text him?
Depends.
Yeah, it just depends.
Average?
Maybe like 3, 4. But it just depends.
When it's bothersome.
When it's really bothersome.
Does that count the unhappy face emojis that you send me every few hours?
You need to talk to each other about, because he's not doing anything illegal. And I really have no proof from you that he has prevented you enjoying your home, except for the fact that you don't like the smell of marijuana. I don't either. So maybe you guys should have talked about it before. As I get back to my original point, maybe you should have thought about talking about it with each other, trying to figure out where you can do a happy medium. Say, hey, listen, my niece is coming over on Saturday the 14th from 5 to 7 or 3 to 4. Would you mind just on that day smoking later? Oh, sure, no problem, right? No problem, I get it, no big deal. And if he said no, he doesn't have to. Because it's his house and he can do whatever the heck he wants in his house, just as long as it's not illegal.
If they want to come on over and smoke a joint with me and make up,
I don't think that's what they're going to do, okay?
Yeah, but they seriously need it.
But I recommend that you guys do talk to each other about it and see what you can do. But based on the evidence, I will deny the plaintiff's claim for $10,000. Good luck.